Good afternoon, good evening. I don't know how late it is because you can make up your own mind about that. But nice that you're watching this brief video for management and organization. Let's see. We have done something already. You have given some really nice, I think, presentations about an article that you have studied for a brief while. So thank you for that. You may have earned some credits even for that. We also will talk further a little bit later in this class, in this course, about doing research with the Kuipers model. And for the rest we will discuss a number of themes from the book. 4 themes, being collaboration. We will address this theme today in this video class and also in coming live class. Then we will talk about managing and control. We will have a next lecture about organizational structure. We will talk about Mintzberg there for a large part. And we will conclude with a lecture, both a video lecture I think and a live class about organizational development. So how do organizations change and how can you manage that as a manager. So today we will talk about collaboration. A few things to do for you as a group to prepare. You must come prepared to coming class. I think it's on Friday. So spend some 10 minutes on this digital class and then do some collaboration together with your team members. First study the book. Do it briefly only. I would suggest take some 10 minutes time or so. Just go through the pages of your book depending on the type of book. You can look for chapter 2.6 and onwards, or you can look for chapter 3 or 4 depending again on the edition, but it should be the chapter about collaboration. Take some 5 or 10 minutes for this only, I would suggest. Then spend some time on the poem. I will upload a poem on both MS Teams and also through NetSchool. It's about a few blind men and they are wondering about an elephant. Have a look at the poem, read it, and you will have some questions about that later. So prepare for having some answers on the questions in class. The questions will be elaborated later, but first you need to prepare by reading about this elephant and also have a look at the video of Linda Hill that will follow directly hereafter. If you have some questions, of course, let me know, and let me know through the MS Teams chat function. First, why would you spend time on studying various kinds of inter-organizational collaboration or cooperation? That's a question you should always ask before you spend time on something. Why is this such an interesting topic? I myself, I think it's interesting because cooperation and collaboration, they drive innovation, and innovation drives value. So if you collaborate in new ways, you get new ideas, you come to new solutions for stuff, and that pays off. So you have to go out and try to make new connections and collaborate with different people, either within your own organization, but preferably with people and organizations outside your own organization. From my own experience, I used to be working for Maersk, a very big container company. We had many containers, of course, and we had also 300,000 reefer containers. They cool up to minus 80 degrees Celsius. You can imagine that they take quite some energy to do so. And we had a very nice collaboration with the Wageningen University in the Netherlands, and they helped us to reinvent the design of the chips that control the cooling equipment of these containers. And believe it or not, they managed to reduce the energy consumption by 50%. So that's a huge bulk of energy and also carbon dioxide, of course, emissions because of this innovation. And only through this collaboration with a complete different type of organization, a university in this case, we together managed to achieve this. This is me sitting in with my family, with my kids, in a jacuzzi of Mark. And Mark is a nephew who used to be rather poor actually. He was always working on something vague, we couldn't know what it was, until the day that he proudly could tell us that he won a cases against a few very big American companies such as Yahoo. And what he invented, what he made, was a technique. We all know this. If you type a search term into the Google screen, you will get some suggestions, and that's his invention. The big players in the market, they used his invention already, and he won a court case, and from now on Mark gets money from these organizations for using his invention, his patent. So that's also a way of collaboration, you can say. It's mentioned in the book, and one of the questions is about the type of collaboration that is applicable here. So from that time on, Mark was not very poor anymore, and we did enjoy his jacuzzi in his lake in his house in Sweden, where he lives nowadays. This is another example about cooperation. It's a company that I advised for a while. I wrote their corporate philosophy. I used to be in the business of corporate philosophizing. And the company is called Cousteau. If you come with the train and you leave the station in Eindhoven, you will almost automatically see the office of Cousteau if you look up. It's a very nice company. They do social media sentiment monitoring. Again, they have a product, they have a service, they have a technique, and it allows organizations to monitor the sentiment on the socials, so Facebook, all kinds of sites where people chat and talk with each other. And they have all these data of these companies and all the data of these discussions they store, and they are able to they allow their users to do research in the sentiments of people talking, for instance, about your company. So let's say when you're a company like Shell, you would like to know how positive or potentially negative people talk about you. You would like to know where these people are talking about, who are talking in nice ways or not nice ways, and this technique allows this. Many companies can make use of the technology of Cousteau, and there is also a type of collaboration attached to this. The next thing for you is the poem. This is a print screen of the poem, but I also will upload a PDF, which is a little bit easier to read. So have a read for yourselves after this class, please. The questions for next time, so come to class and make sure that you have some kind of an answer on these questions. The first question is, what sort of collaboration financed Mark's jacuzzi? And the next question is about the video that we will see now about Linda Hill. What can you learn from her about collaboration, and how does it have to do with the elephant? So try to make a combination between the story of Linda Hill, what does she say, and about the poem of the elephant. So discuss with your mates briefly, and then come to class and we will have some discussion there as well. Make sure that you come prepared, of course.
I am Linda Hill. I am a professor at Harvard Business School and the faculty chair of the Leadership Initiative. Well, one of the things you have to do if you really want to lead innovation is, I think you need, one, to recognize that ideas can come from anywhere. Then you need to think about, what do I need to do to help people to be able to do collaborative work? Because again, innovation is not about a solo genius having an aha moment. It's actually a collaborative problem-solving process, usually with people who are quite different in their points of view. It's also a discovery learning kind of process. You can't plan to innovate. You have to act your way to innovation. And finally, the other thing about most innovations is they're not brand new. They're usually the combination of ideas, sometimes old ideas applied to a new problem or whatever it might be. So once you take seriously what we know about the process from all the work on innovation, and you remove yourself from saying, I gotta be the one, then you think about, how on earth am I going to get people who are diverse to collaborate together? So a couple things that happen with this is your mindset as a leader has to shift. So what we see is that leaders who are really good at this, even though they're visionaries themselves and quite talented, all the ones that I've studied and the way I've done my work, it turns out they know they need to make space for others. And as one of them said to me, I'm a stage setter, I'm not the performer on the stage. And to be perfectly honest, one of the most wonderful comments I've had made since I've been doing this research was in a room like this at Harvard Business School, where an alum said to me, Linda, you taught us to be a performer, not a stage setter. Not me specifically, but we at the school, because that's what leadership is about. I'm in front, I'm performing, and now you want me to step back and create a stage for others. And I said, you know what? If you want to build a sustainable organization, yes, you must start by working on yourself about this, because it is a collaborative process. Of course you want to play and people need to see you as credible, so obviously you need to have ideas, obviously you need to bring your slice of genius to it. But one of the real challenges of talented people is making space for other people and their ideas, and that's not easy. So it is about a lot of personal work. So what I see in organizations that are able to innovate is the leader, understands that I'm the instrument who's trying to get things done. There are things about me that will be helpful in this process, and there are things about me that might actually make it challenging for me, because guess what? I do love to perform. I do love for my ideas to win, all of those things. But really my task is to create an environment in which other people's ideas can be brought together as well.
Thank you. See you in class. We will talk further about the process that Linda Hill talks about, the process of building new collaborations, connecting with different kind of people, and come to co-creative innovation together.